and wonders in this place. Miracle signs and wonders in this place. Lord, we thank you for miracle signs and wonders in this place. Somebody out there, you may have given up, but I come to encourage you, to let you know that Jesus loves you. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through right now. Jesus wants to give you a miracle. Just you believe. Oh, miracle signs and wonders.
Truly, you can't be blessed by the word of God. Amen. Truly, you can't be blessed by the word of God. How many of you believe that on today? Amen. How many of you believe it? Amen. Right now, amen. We thank God. Amen. For our pastor and our apostle. Amen. Miller James Pearson Jr. Let's thank God for him.
Praise the Lord. Give honor to God, who is the head of my life on this morning. Thank God for saving me, setting me free one day.
Amen.
To be used by Him.
Amen.
Get your Bibles. We're going to pick up what we left off on last week. We're still in Exodus, the 20th chapter.
Amen.
We're going to be going here and there. Exodus, the 20th chapter, and we're going to pick up at the 13th verse.
Amen.
When you have it, say amen.
Amen.
We've been talking about, Jesus' birth. What was his purpose? He came for the whole wide world.
Amen.
But before Jesus came, John came to warn the children of Israel.
Amen.
But Jesus came for the whole wide world, that we all have the opportunity to be saved.
That's right.
So, a lot of people, I was questioning on this week about this commandment that I'm going to talk about on today. It's good for people to ask questions.
Amen.
It helps you to learn God's word for yourself.
Amen.
Verse 13 of Exodus, the 20th chapter, and it says, "Thou shalt not" what?
Kill.
This was one of the commandments to the children of who? Israel. That God gave to Moses to give to them. They shall not what?
Kill.
In this term, it meaning, thou shalt not what? Murder. And so, we're going to look at this word two different ways.
Amen.
But during this time, he was telling the children of Israel, they shall not what? Murder.
Amen.
Let's look at the definitions of the word kill. The first definition talk about murder. Kill. Cause the death of a person, animal, or other living thing. For example, her father was killed in what? A car accident. This is an example and definition of murder. The second definition of kill talks about being what? Destroyed. Put an end to or cause the failure or defeat of something. In other words, you can kill somebody with your mouth.
Amen.
So you got to look at this word more than one way.
Amen.
But at this time, it was letting us know, he was letting the children of Israel know, don't kill. No murder. You can't even kill nobody at this time that he was dealing with this. But let's go to Ecclesiastes. We have to make sure everybody understands.
Amen.
This is reason chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 1.
That's ECCLESIASTES over in the Old Testament.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3. When you got it, say amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
I want you to see something. I'm going to read the whole thing, but my focus scripture is verse 1 and verse 3. But I'm going to read the whole thing from 1 to 10. To everything, there is a what?
Season.
This is after the commandment had been given to the children of Israel. This over in Ecclesiastes. So it tells us to everything there is a what?
A season.
A what?
A season.
If we understand the seasons, fall, winter, summer, spring.
Amen.
These are natural seasons.
Amen.
But it's talking about season according to our what? Life. Everyday life. To everything there is a what?
A season.
In a what?
Time to every purpose under the heaven.
Under the what?
Under the heaven.
Under the what?
The heaven.
So we are on the earth, right? And we are under the what? Heaven. Go ahead.
A time to be born.
A time to what?
A time to be born.
A time to what?
Be born. And a time to die.
Hold. I'm going too fast. I got to break it down. Oh, don't take it too fast. A time to what?
Be born.
Pay attention to this word. To be what?
Born.
Because we're going back to Jesus in a minute where he said about being born.
Amen.
A time to what?
Die.
A time to what?
Die.
Let's focus with the word die. Kill means to what?
Die.
So let's focus with that word. Because we're going to use that in a minute. A time to what?
Plant.
A time to what?
Plant.
A time to what?
Plant.
God's will is for us to go and do his will to tell somebody about him. To what? Plant. Yes, we talking natural and spiritual.
Amen.
You can plant natural, put it into the ground, but we're looking at it plant as spiritual.
Amen.
What God has for our life. And a time to what?
Pluck up that which is planted.
Come a time to what? Pluck it up. Which have been planted. God planted something in the beginning of time for us to what? Love him. That was his purpose for him to create us. To create man. So we can love him back.
Amen.
But to also obey him. Not to disobey him. But man, what? From the beginning of time did what? Disobey God. So there came a time for God to what?
A time to be born. A time to die. A time to plant.
Okay, God planted man into the land.
Amen.
So now is the time to what?
Pluck up that which is planted.
So God pluck it up, right? Adam disobeyed God. I'm using this for example. And he put Adam up. In other words, he let Adam know that because of your disobedience, you shall return back to what?
Dust.
In other words, you shall die.
Amen.
So what I'm saying is, whether you die by somebody killing you, spiritual or natural, we got to go back where? To the dust. Everybody ain't gonna get up out of here flying up, taken by God up. But some gonna be going back to dust.
Amen.
But what man do to this natural body can hurt your soul. That soul belongs to who? God. That which is what? Planted. And a time to what?
Heal.
A time to what?
Heal.
Moses. I mean, not Moses. Adam. You're going to have to die. There's going to come a time you're going to have to die. You're going to have to go back to the dust. Children of Israel, if you don't obey me, you shall what? That was his promise. His promise that was back then is still now. So in other words, us being saved, we got this what? Stay saved.
Amen. Amen.
Those that is unsaved, you need to kill out that flesh.
Amen.
So you can meet Jesus Christ. We're going to go to the scriptures in a minute that deals and break down everything. We might not cover everything today, but God wants us to see some things.
Amen.
This question being asked about killing.
Amen.
God, they say God condense himself. Help me out. Say himself. Why he tell man not to do something and he do it? But man failed to realize that when you disobey God, it come what? Consequences.
Amen.
Like your parents. They have to give you a punishment if you're wrong, right?
Amen.
God is our what? Heavenly Father, right?
Amen.
So when we disobey God, he have a punishment, right?
Amen.
So for the children of Israel, the punishment was if they disobeyed him, he killed them out. He told them you should what?
Surely die.
So the word of God is not lying.
Amen.
We got to obey God's word.
Amen.
Like I said, you have to look at the word kill, because it means in more than one way. But Jesus wants us to know this morning that he came to give what?
Life.
The devil come over the New Testament, Jesus break it down more plain. The devil come to what? Steal, kill, and destroy.
Amen.
So the purpose is that God so loved the world that he sent us who? Jesus Christ.
Amen. Amen. Yes, he did.
To go what? So Jesus had to be what? Killed. Jesus had to die for us.
Yes. Amen.
They didn't take Jesus from us. He laid down his what? Life. What? Freely. lay his life down freely. Man didn't take his life. They only killed the what? Flesh.
Amen.
They didn't kill his what? Spiritual soul.
Amen.
We even going to talk about that. There's two types of spirits. It's an evil spirit, and it's a good spirit, which is the Holy Ghost that dwells within us.
Amen.
He tells us, Jesus tells us in the word, present your body as a what? Living sacrifice. Holy and acceptable. That means when you ask God for forgiveness, ask him to come into your life.
Amen.
Forgive you of your what? Sin. Meaning that you're killing out that fleshly body, that evil body.
Amen.
To receive what? That spiritual body of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Jesus died for the whole wide world.
Yes, he did.
He died for the whole wide world so he can live again for us. Why did he have to die? We'll see on in a minute why he had to die.
Amen.
Everybody have a purpose on this earth.
Amen. That's right.
We have to find our purpose.
That's right.
He told us, he said, Jesus told us, he said, I'm just going all over, but I'll take you to the scriptures in a minute. But I'm going as God give it to me. He told us that we shall what? Be killed for his what? Name's sake. We shall be what? Killed for his name's sake. So people want to know why he say that. Why have we got to die? He told the children of Israel they shall not kill, but he still killing. Guess what? God, the only one, can give life and take life. Some people die before their time.
Amen. Amen.
What you mean they die before their time? When they don't get it right with God.
Amen. Amen.
You know, back in the Bible days, a lot of them people live over 100 years.
That's right.
Long life.
Yes.
But don't you know what God promised to us in these last and evil days? It's 75. I'm going to say 70, but it's 75. I know it was 70. But why are people dying at 45? 50. Saved and unsaved. So, saved was lacking something that they did not see in the Word. That we have to study the Word of God for ourselves. We just can't go by the preachers.
Amen.
We got to have a relationship with God.
Amen. That's right.
When we go let man in the way of God, then God said, I am a what?
Jealous God.
All these pushes come together. If we what? Study and meditate on God.
Yes.
And ask them for wisdom and knowledge and understanding. But God's Son Jesus stated that he came to give what? Life.
Life.
He ain't come to take life. Jesus come to what? Receive us back to what? Come to himself.
Amen.
But the unsaved, meaning they die so quick because they don't have chances after chances to get it right.
Amen.
But they still choose what? Hell. People want to say, why is you going to put me in hell? Because the Word of God tells us. It's plain as day. Jesus talks about it. God talks about it. We just have to obey God's word so we can make it into the kingdom of God.
Amen.
But if that soul that love evil you know where it's going?
Hell.
It's going to hell.
Yes.
But at the same time, that soul, before it goes to hell, it got to see who?
Gotta be judged. Amen.
It got to be judged. It got to see God. The one that what created him or her.
Amen.
God wants us to know and understand his word. A time to what? Kill. And a time to what?
Heal.
So you mean to tell me it's a time to kill? Now he want to heal.
It's time to heal. Amen.
So now it's a time to what? Heal. So if God, I'm using this for example, if God sent Jesus to kill out this what? This evil flesh and body, right? To kill it out. So if he killed it out, now he got to heal it. What did Jesus say over in St. John? He said, let not your heart be what?
Trouble.
If you believe in God, also what?
Believe in me.
So Jesus comes to what? Heal. The purpose of God killing out the flesh so he can remake us. What you mean? We were born and shaped where? Into sin. So in order to get rid of sin, God had to send Jesus Christ
Amen.
to conquer sin,
Yes.
to bury sin.
Thank you, Lord.
So in order for us to be born again, we got to ask God to forgive us. Ask Jesus to what? Come into our life.
Amen.
So if Jesus come into your life, we've got to be what?
Right.
Buried in him. Meaning we got to do away with sin.
Amen.
We can't have no part of sin no more.
Amen.
But not saying sin is not going to come on your track. The devil comes to what? Steal, kill, and destroy.
Amen.
So the devil's job is to always to try to get us to come what? Back.
Amen.
But Jesus' purpose is to what? Keep us and continue to give us life in the kingdom of heaven.
Amen.
So we can have eternal life in the kingdom of God.
Amen.
But if your soul got in evil doing, they have the keys into hell.
Amen.
I know I want to be with Jesus one day.
Amen.
How many want to be with Jesus?
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord.
How many want to be with Jesus?
Amen.
Anybody call? We all just said we want to what? Be with Jesus.
Amen.
Everybody can be with Jesus.
Amen.
Unsaved and saved. What you mean? Everybody got to see Jesus before they go to where they got to go.
Amen.
But at the same time, we want to see Jesus for eternity.
Amen. In peace. Amen.
You notice I didn't say eternity at first now.
Amen.
I said how many want to see Jesus?
Amen.
Everybody want to see Jesus. So in other words, when that alcohol or that drunk or whatever you want to call it, drug dealer, whatever you want to call it, they talk crazy when they get on this stuff, right? So they go to saying everything, right?
Amen.
They go to crying. They say, I want to see Jesus.
Amen.
That soul cries out. That spiritual soul cries out for Jesus.
Amen.
But that soul that is in sin, it don't want no part of Jesus.
Amen.
That is an evil spirit. So that evil spirit tries to always pull you back from that good spirit, which is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Jesus pulled on you to give you life.
Amen.
But the devil pulled on you to give you bad things.
Amen.
But God, all he wanted to do, sent us Jesus.
Amen.
To give us all life. He could have just continued to think about the children of Israel. But he thought about the whole wide world.
Yes, he did. Amen.
We all have the opportunity to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Go ahead, verse 4. You still at verse 3.
Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal.
A time to heal and a time to what? Kill.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
A time to what?
A time to break down and a time to build up.
Some people break down, don't they? Whether it's ministry or somebody done died in their family. And they just can't take it when somebody died. And they cry.
Amen.
Sometime in our life, death comes, right?
Amen.
And we supposed to rejoice when the baby come in, right?
Amen.
Right? And I'm saying right? Supposed to cry. But when they leave out, we supposed to what? Rejoice. But at the same time, we what? Break down. How many have did? I have.
Amen.
You see somebody laying right here, you know you ain't gonna see that person no more. You what? Break down.
Amen.
But if you can just imagine Jesus Christ dying on the cross and dying for the whole wide world, we will see him again.
Amen. That's right.
So we have the opportunity to what? Rejoice. But if we are in sin, yes, we have the right to be saved. Because we won't see Jesus for eternity. But if we rejoice because we are happy and we know we're going to see Jesus, we know we obeyed his word, we know we have obeyed what God has given us to do, then we can what? Rejoice.
Amen.
In him.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord.
Glory Jesus. A time to weep.
A time to weep and a time to laugh.
So it come a time to cry. It come a time to what?
Laugh.
Laugh.
A time.
Sometimes we get so tickled when we laugh.
Amen.
Yesterday I had a good little tickle box yesterday, y'all. I forgot what it was, but I got tickled yesterday.
Amen.
Some people, when you laugh, it helps.
Amen.
When you don't been through and you just think about the goodness of what Jesus has done for you, you can what? Laugh, rejoice.
Amen.
Go ahead.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
So, come a time to what? Dance.
Mourn and dance.
Dance. Let's deal with dance for a minute. It's a time to what?
Dance.
So sometime I was listening to Zuza speak to a little what you call it? Little documentation. I think I'm saying it right. Documentation on Azusa Street revival. And I was listening to how they had said these two men had prayed. And the main scripture, the focus scripture that they stayed with was what took place in the upper room.
Amen.
This is what took place that day on what? Azusa Street. They said back then the power of God was so real that the parents did not have to tell the kids to obey. They asked the lady, because some of them is still living. They asked them the question. Well, they asked them the question thank you. The baby what they want to know, the babies, how they reacted. Said the parents did not have to say nothing to the baby, didn't have to tell the baby to be quiet. They said God had everything in control.
Amen.
Everything came subject to what? The highest power. Even the little kids was getting saved.
Amen.
And they were saying this, they said, the man, when things got out of control, the man of God knew how to bring him back in.
Amen. Amen.
Said the man of God, when kids, and he said, you didn't see a lot of kids jumping and acting crazy, because the Holy Ghost did not have them acting like this. There's nowhere in the Bible where we're talking about they were jumping off the wall.
Amen.
So it said the man said one of them was in the what's called and said, we're just going all crazy doing, but he touched him and just said, the Holy Ghost, that's not the Holy Ghost. Said the Holy Ghost ain't gonna have you acting like this.
Amen.
And you know that spirit came what? Subject to the highest power. When a spirit act like that, then it's not of God. Now time you heard about them in the upper room acting crazy like that.
Amen.
They all had respect. They were sitting waiting for God, the movement of God.
Amen.
It didn't say they was jumping and no, they were sitting, waiting, praying. Staying there, waiting on the movement of God to come in.
Thank you, Lord.
They were seeking. The man said on the documentation, they prayed. Everybody came in, they prayed. Even people that wanted to know more about this, when they came from different places around the area, they came in and they came to pray. They have never, some of them said they never have experienced this before. And they wanted to know what type of movement this was. They knew it was real.
That's right.
It did not have nothing to do with color. They stated this. Because they said at that time, in this area in California, there was the last area that was dealing with racists. And I said, So that's why God did what he did. He came in to destroy what? He came into, remember I told you one word kill, one of the definition meaning destroy. He came in to kill out what? Racists.
Thank you, Lord.
But he told the children of Israel they shall not kill. That was during that time. In different part of the Bible, you see the word kill.
That's right.
Don't mean it mean the same thing.
Amen.
Some kill was a good killing. Jesus' killing was a good killing. For what? The whole wide world. On Azusa Street, it was a good killing. Why? To kill out the flesh.
Amen.
Brought people together.
Amen.
In love.
Amen.
Not natural love, but the love of Christ.
Amen.
Because the love of Christ will last for what? Eternity. My love might last for a little while, but the love of Christ, if I have the love of Christ in me, you have the love of Christ in you, it's going to last for eternity.
Amen.
Well, I'll take my love back. They shouldn't have looked at me like that. Jesus don't work like that.
Amen. Amen.
You know how I think now? God got me thinking like this. What if I have turned my back on you? How many think like that? I didn't used to think like that. What if I have turned my back on you? Sometimes I say, Lord, I'm just going to give up on certain ones. I don't pray for them, dealing with them. But God, what if I have given up on you?
Amen.
What if I have killed you out a long time ago?
Amen.
For the things that you did.
Amen.
We got to think the same way Jesus would think.
Amen.
He came to what? Give life. Life more what? Abundant.
Amen.
So if we got Jesus in us, we have to give life to the next person. We have to speak life over their life. Whether they know Jesus or they don't.
Amen.
But at the end of the day, it's still Jesus that have the power to say amen.
Amen.
Or just let them live in their sin. But we, being saints of God, in these last and evil days, what God telling us, just like he told the children of Israel, we shall not kill our brothers and sisters in Christ and those that are around us with the words of our mouth. We shall love them and ask Jesus to give them a chance and come into their life. If we just ask Jesus to touch their mind, he the only one can do it.
Amen.
We can't do it.
That's right.
I don't care how much we take our hand and lay on their head. They didn't do that in Azusa Street. They prayed. They didn't do that in the upper room. They prayed. If everybody get back to prayer, prayer is the key. The devil got to flee.
Amen. That's right.
And we pray. Get our mind on one accord. What you mean one accord? Get our mind, everybody's mind is on Jesus. Don't you know, if we all get our mind on Jesus right now, we can cause everybody up and down these streets to come in. Just like they did in the upper room. Just like they did on the day with the Azusa Street. Not only Azusa Street it was set for a purpose, but other people and other countries, the Germans, they even talked about this. The German even came together. They even came over here to see what was going on. This was not just a California thing. This was a worldwide thing. What you mean? How they hear raid over there? And this going on in California or Germany. Different other places. The same love here. Talking about Jesus' love. We go over there.
Amen.
He is the only one can kill out this flesh.
Amen.
To tell this flesh, behave. But you have control of your body to say, flesh, you got to die.
Amen.
He ain't going to make that flesh die for you. You got to have that mindset for yourself.
Amen.
Why? Because he said, I came to give life and give it freely. So freely, we got to go to him. Freely, we got to ask this flesh to die. We have to tell this flesh, die.
Die. Amen.
Die.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus. Sometimes we have to, when we look at things, don't just be looking at things on TV, just be looking at it. But when you watch things, it's meaning behind things. Let's go to Sodom and Gomorrah. It was a purpose behind this. I'm not going to go into the full story. We'll get there. But I'm just telling you a little bit about it. It was a purpose behind it. Told, eat. Is I'm saying her name right? Told them all, don't look back. When God tells us don't look back into our past, that's the reason why he tells us don't look back. Amen. He also told the man over in the New Testament, Jesus told the same thing God told them. Jesus told one man, don't look back. You go back, worse things gonna come upon you. Eden, she looked back. And worse thing came upon her then. She turned into a what? Pillar of salt. Our body is made out of salt. The Word of God also tells us in Scripture, in a certain Scripture, we'll get there, I got a lot of Scripture down, but I'm just going over. Salt is good for the body. Amen. A certain amount of salt is good for the body. Amen. Not go crazy and eat a whole box of salt in one day. That's too much. Amen. Salt for your body. Amen. You go to hurting, drinking all them Powerade, Gatorade, different things. They got all the salt in it. It's because you took too much in. So if you take too much soda in, it will kill out the what? Body. This word kill means a lot. Amen. It's how we take it. It's how God used it in our life. For the children of Israelites, it was telling them they shall not what? Kill, meaning murder. But for this generation, and the generation in Jesus' time, was meaning to kill out the flesh. Give their life to Christ. This is what Jesus wants for our life. Glory to Jesus. Finish Ecclesiastes up for me, and I'm going to go on. You finish that, just go to verse 10.
The 3rd chapter and the 5th verse say, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace.
A time to hate. Now Jesus told us we should not hate. You can hate sin. Amen. Not the person. That's right. You're supposed to love all human beings. But you don't love the sin that they're in. Amen. But it comes a time to hate the sin in people's life. Hate it so bad when they see you, it got to flee. Not talking about the person, but that sin that's in that person got to flee. Don't you know we can kill out sin? And we hate sin. Not sugarcoat sin. It's okay. God gonna change you one day. It's all right. You can stay on in there. He'll bring you out. No, it don't work like that. Because you're encouraging them to stay in sin. Amen. But if you have a love of Christ, you're going to say, come on out of sin. God don't want you in sin.
That's right.
You know what some people say that are in sin? They say, why my parents got to be so hard on me? Why my saved parents got to be so hard on me? Because they want the best for you. If they are really saved in God, they want the best.
Amen.
For example, how many got kids in here? You want your kids to have the best clothes, right?
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
I'm going to use Nike for example. Back in my day, Felines. They go to Felines. I don't hear Felines too much now. But back in my day, it was Felines. I wanted some Felines so bad. And I was looking for my mama to get them for me. But she couldn't get them for me. I wanted them shoes so bad. But when a parent wants you to have something good, they'll get it for you if they got the money. Now, remember we talked about a week ago, if they ain't got the money, they don't need to be putting themselves in a situation that's going to mess them up. They need to pay their bills.
Amen. That's right.
But if God wants you to have something, He will make a way.
Amen.
But if He make a way or don't make a way, don't mean He can't give you the shoe that you desire. I desire felines so bad too. My auntie bought me my first pair of felines. My auntie ain't lasting. I don't know if you remember, you bought me my first pair.
I don't remember, but you said I did.
She bought me my first pair. And I kept them shoes for a while. Crawled after them shoes. But God wants us to have the best. What I'm saying is, God will give us the best.
Amen.
He'll kill out that flesh and give us the best. The best thing is love, peace, and joy.
Amen.
And long suffering. He wants us to go through with joy. No matter what we got to go through in our life, He wants us to go through with joy, peace, and love. We're going to be dealing more with the relationship of the flesh and the spirit. The physical things versus the spiritual things. We're going to be dealing more on this.
Amen.
Unless you kill out the what? Flesh, you cannot see the kingdom of God. This is what God telling us in these days and time. Unless we what? Kill out this flesh. We cannot see the kingdom of God. He told us in St. John chapter 3 verse 7, we must be what? Born again. If you want to go there, or you just want to write the scripture down. That's St. John chapter 3 verse 7. He tells us we must be what? Born again. Jesus answered, verily, verily, I say to thee, except a man be born of water and of the what? Spirit. Except a man be born of what? Water and of the what? Spirit. He cannot enter where? Into the kingdom of God.
Amen.
Except we be born. Except we go down in Jesus' name for the remission of what I sin. In water. Not only water, but in the spirit of Christ. This was not talking about, if you notice the spirit, this spirit was talking about the spirit of Christ. He cannot enter into the kingdom of God.
Amen.
That which is born of the what? Flesh. Is what? Jesus made it plain. That is born of the flesh is what? Flesh. No flesh will get into where? The kingdom of God.
Amen.
What you mean no flesh will get there? Don't you know? I tell you what. I hate her goods. Watch that, I'm going to show you something. And we all in these same bodies when we get to heaven.
Amen.
Let me show you something. I done said I hated this person, right? And we get there, and I see this person. Hey, wait a minute, God, you got no in. Wait a minute. I hated her.
Amen.
It don't work like that.
Amen. Amen.
The only way we can enter into the kingdom of God, God told us we got to be what? Born again.
Amen.
Of water and of the Spirit. That's the reason why we go down into water. Jesus was a perfect example for us when he went down in water. He did not have sin in his life. But this purpose was an example to us that we got to go down with him.
Amen.
John even didn't take credit. He said, this is the one I've been talking about all along.
Amen.
This is the one that gives life. John couldn't give life. John couldn't save nobody.
Amen.
Because if he could, them children of Israel people would have got together. But they were still rebelling. Some of them was. But what? God said, okay, I'm going to send my only begotten son. Jesus Christ. I'm going to let him be born. You notice we going back to the reason why Jesus was born. He was born to give us life. That what we just read was St. John chapter 3 verse 5 through 6. Each man and woman born into this world. This is the note that I have. It's not in the Bible. Born in this world is a being made of three components. 1 Thessalonians 5:23, and it says, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul. Your whole what?
Spirit and soul.
And what? Body. Be what? Preserved. Blameless. Unto the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. You see this? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 23. If you want to go there. It's good to have scripture for people. Because sometimes we just go and we just quote the scriptures. But it's good to give people scriptures.
Amen.
You got it?
Amen.
And the very God of what? Read.
And the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Now, who was talking about this? Anybody can tell me who was talking about this? Paul. Paul said, I pray that I'm what? I pray that I would. That I would. You see what I'm saying? That's including myself. God wants us to know him in the fullness. He don't want us to just be reading just to read.
Amen.
But he wants us to know the purpose behind the scriptures.
Amen.
Where they are placed in the word. They are examples for us in these last and evil days. These scriptures is to help us, to remind us of the purpose that God has for our life. To be what? Holy. We are to be holy. Jesus let us know, present your body a living sacrifice. Holy. And acceptable. We got to be holy. This body got to be what? Holy.
Amen.
If we have killed out the flesh and gave our life to Christ, we got to let him come in. All the way.
Amen.
How will we be holy? Through the Holy Ghost. Jesus said he will not leave us what? Comfort. But he said, my Father is going to send a comfort in my what? Name. What is his name?
Jesus.
So if his name is Jesus, then he turned around and he said, the Holy Ghost. So the Holy Ghost is his what? Spirit. The Holy Ghost is Jesus. So if the Holy Ghost is Jesus, Jesus is supposed to dwell in us, right?
Amen.
If we gave our life to him, how will we continue to kill out the flesh if we don't have the Holy Ghost in our life?
Amen. That's right.
So we got to have the Holy Ghost if we have presented our body all the way to Christ. Glory Jesus. Then we say it's a time to what? Mourn. Proverbs 5 and 11, and it says, Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 11. If you have it, say amen.
Amen. And thou mourn at the last.
And now what?
And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed.
They mourn at the what?
At
last.
the last.
At the what?
At
last. When thou flesh and their body are what?
Consumed.
The soul. This soul. This who you are. It is a part of the spiritual body. This is your individual, your I am.
That's it.
Who is I am?
God.
Jesus also quoted this many times in the Word. He said before Abraham, it was I am. So he let us know he was already there in the beginning of time. He said, I am. So to speak, made in God what? Image. Now we understand the scripture why God said, let us. You notice God said, who was the other person, the other spirit he was talking about when he said, let us make man what? In our image. He was talking about his only begotten son. let us.
Amen. That's right. Let us.
Your heart, although your individual soul did not exist before your mother and your father pre-created you, it will exist forever. This soul gonna exist forever, whether it live for Christ or the devil. When your flesh dies, there you go again. When your flesh what?
Die.
Your soul goes on living forever. So in other words, when this flesh, what he told Adam, him, said, you going back to this.
Yes.
But that soul, it ain't going back to this. That soul got to see Jesus. Your soul got to see Jesus. How many want to see Jesus?
Amen.
Amen.
How many want to see Jesus for eternity?
Amen.
Amen.
I want to see Jesus for eternity. So, for me to see Jesus for eternity, he done told me I got to be what? Born of water and of the Spirit. So in other words, now we down here, he telling us, letting us know that we got to what? This flesh got to die.
Yes, it does.
If this flesh got to die, that means this flesh can't go with us. So while we're on this earth, when the enemy try to come to us with wicked things, we got to say, flesh, what? It's a time to what? Kill. So us in these days and time, it's a time for us to kill. God letting us know to kill out the flesh.
Amen.
But because the flesh don't want no part of who? God.
Amen.
Glory to Jesus. St. Matthew chapter 10 verse 28. So God, in these days and time, God telling us to kill out this flesh. Kill it out more. Because he's soon to return.
Amen.
And this flesh can't go with us. He only coming back for the soul. St. Matthew chapter 10 verse 28. When you have it, say amen.
Amen.
Read.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Oh. Who's saying this?
Jesus.
Okay, go ahead.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Jesus said what? Fear not them which kill what?
The body.
The flesh. That body, man can kill. But are not able to what?
Kill the soul.
See?
And fear not them which kill the body.
Natural man are not able to kill what? The soul.
Amen.
Where my baby gone? They shot my baby. Just a little bit of baby. But guess where that baby going? I'm using the baby for example.
Amen.
That baby going to heaven because that baby did not know. That baby had not been taught how to live with.
Amen.
You notice a different stage a baby have to do. It's all types of stage. A baby just don't come out laughing all the time. About a year ago, a baby came out with teeth in his mouth. And they said this hadn't happened in what? Years. This happens so often. But it's different steps a baby have to take
Amen.
to learn about what? Life. chance to see life for real.
Amen.
So don't worry about what they can do to your soul. If that soul is in Christ.
Amen.
But that soul that is in sin. You got to worry where that person going, don't you?
Amen.
Because you know that person wasn't in church. You know that person didn't want no deal, didn't want to talk about Jesus Christ. But all souls got to see who? Jesus. God let us know. Jesus let us know. Fear not them which kill what? The body.
Amen.
But are not able to kill the what?
Soul.
But rather fear him. Fear who? Which is able to destroy both what?
Soul.
Body and soul.
In hell.
And what?
Hell.
You see this? God, the only one can destroy if you don't get it right.
Thank you, Jesus.
But when your body died, your soul, you will leave the what? Body. Your soul, when you die, will leave this body. You can't take this fleshly body back with you. You're going to have a new body. All things are going to be new. Genesis. and 18. Chapter 35 and verse 18 of Genesis. When you have to say amen.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 18. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died, and was buried in the way to Ephraim, which is Bethlehem.
Hold. It's a time to what? It was a time for her to die. But she also gave birth to what? Benjamin. She couldn't leave this earth until she gave birth to who? Benjamin. It's a time to kill, it's a time to die, and a time to be what? Born. It was a time for her to die, and it was a time for Benjamin to be what? Born. Remember I told you the word kill means many types of things in different scripture. But at this time, it was a time to also die and be what? Born. Let's go to Luke. Chapter 9 and verse 55. Luke chapter 9 and verse 55. If you have it, say amen.
Amen.
What does it say?
But he turned and rebuked them.
But Jesus turned and what?
Rebuked them and said, you know not what manner of spirit ye are of.
Hold. Jesus turned around and rebuked them and let them know that they did not know what matter of what?
What manner of spirit ye are of.
Keep going.
For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives.
Oh, but the Son of Man did not come to do what?
Destroy men's lives.
He didn't come to kill. He didn't come to destroy. Remember, that was one of the second definition was destroy. Talk about destroying. He didn't come to what? Destroy. Go ahead.
For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them.
He didn't come to kill man, but he came to do what?
Save them. Amen.
He came to what?
Save them.
He came to give us what? Life.
Amen.
Go ahead. That's it up.
And they went to another village.
And they went where?
To another village.
They went to another village. And what happened?
And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath nowhere to lay his head. And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Jesus said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead.
See?
But go down and preach.
Read that again.
And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
This man said, Lord, let me just go and bury my father. But what did Jesus say?
Jesus said unto him,
Jesus said unto this man what?
Let the dead bury their dead.
Let the what?
Let the dead bury their dead, but go down and preach the kingdom of God.
Amen.
Let the dead bury what?
Their
The dead. But you go and preach the what?
Kingdom of God.
In other words, when somebody dies, us preachers that is carrying out the funeral, we are supposed to what? Preach the kingdom of who? In other words, somebody need to know that Jesus is still what? Saving.
Yes.
It's not me talking about myself, but it's to tell the people that Jesus is still saving. Come to Jesus.
Yes.
That's what Jesus was talking about. He was letting them know, when you go, don't you be with them. Let the dead bury the dead. You go and bring them over to me. Preach the kingdom of God to these dead people. Let them know that I'm still, say I'm still giving life. I didn't come to kill, but I came to give life freely. This is what Jesus wants us to know in these last evil days. He's coming back for a church.
Amen.
Without what? Blemish. Without spots. Would you be ready? I want to be ready.
Amen. Amen.
Do you want to be ready?
Amen.
Amen.
We got to get ready to get out of here. You know when you take a trip, if you're taking a trip in your car, you can pack how many clothes you want. You can take how many bags you want, right?
Amen.
But you take a trip on a plane, you can only have so much, right?
Yeah.
Before you have to go and pay, right?
Right. Amen.
So you ain't gonna want to pay no extra, right?
Amen.
So what do? You say, okay, I'm gonna limit some things. I'm gonna stuff it up.
Amen.
If you ain't got number 2 outfits, you gonna have it washed.
Amen.
But with Jesus Christ, you can't take everything with you. You can't take your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. Every person got to go for their self to see God. So in this packing, in these last evil days, we got to make sure we are right with the Lord.
Amen.
Well, Lord, they ain't gonna get right. Ooh, Lord, it just make me mad. Don't pack that in your bag.
That's right.
Get that out your bag.
Amen.
That ain't of the Lord. Get that out your bag.
Amen.
What do you got to pack? What God tells you how to live right. That's what you need to pack in your bag.
Amen.
There ain't no room, ain't no extra room for them things that you worrying about this person. Something you can't do nothing about.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, God.
My stuff done got stolen. You can't do nothing about these things, because these things are not going into the kingdom of God.
That's right.
But you only want to pack in your spiritual bag that going back to heaven is what Jesus tells you you need in your bag.
Amen.
So now you know. The first thing he told us, Jesus told us, we got to be what? Born again. So in other words, us, we already born again. Those that have given our life to Christ. But there's somebody out there that have not given their life to Christ.
Amen.
I want to tell you, give your life to Christ. Ask him to forgive you of your sin. But us that know Christ, us that have given our life to Christ, let's check our bag
Amen.
and see is it lining up with the word of God. Get rid of what he tell you to get rid of. Put in what he tell you to put in your bag in these last and evil days. Because it's time to reach your Savior. Would you be ready? I don't know the day or the hour that the Son of Man shall return. No man. But he tell us to what? Be ready. We got to be ready.
Amen.
We got to be ready to meet him. To meet our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We got to be ready. Where your soul spent eternity after this depart is determined by your personal relationship to God. Saved or unsaved. Whether you saved or unsaved. We got to go back to the Creator.
Amen.
To see where we got to live eternally at.
Amen.
You are an eternal being. Made in God what? Image. Yes, we all are made in God's image. But we all ain't gonna get into the kingdom of heaven if we ain't right.
That's right.
So I'm going to hell.
Amen.
God told us if we don't live right, if we don't do the things he told us where we're going. So why is we gonna disobey God's word? You are an eternal being made in God's image. In fact, the Bible says that you are a God. Remember when Adam, when we talked about over in Genesis about Adam, God told him he was a God. He was a little God, meaning little G. Not big G. You have some people say now, I'm better than God. You ain't better than God. Because when you don't think you better than the Creator, you're in trouble.
Amen. That's right.
Glory Jesus. So it's little, we are little what? Gods. It was a man said something about God, the little G. And I didn't understand what he was saying. You know, God, I wasn't in the knowledge of it. But I was seeking God for this. But later on down the line, I seen what he was talking about. He said even it was so amazing to him when he was doing the study. The little G. The big God.
Amen.
He told us, say it again.
Amen.
Jesus. St. John chapter 10 verse 34. And we're about to close it out. St. John chapter 10 verse 34. Jesus answered them and said what?
Is it not written in your law?
Jesus asked them, he said what?
Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods.
Jesus said, is it written in your law?
I said, ye are gods.
But I said, ye are gods.
If he
God let us know then. Jesus let us know then. When he asked them, he said, I said, ye are gods. So he let us know that he was already in the beginning with the Father. You see this?
Amen.
He didn't say Sue. He didn't say Joe. Jesus said, answer them, is it not written in your law? I said. He didn't say Joe said. He said, I said, ye are gods. That was over in, he was spoke this in the New Testament, but it was over in the Old Testament.
Amen.
You see this? So, Jesus let us know, me and my Father are what? One.
Amen.
This is something. Genesis 1:27, and it says, so God created man in his own what? And the image of God created he, him, male, and female. Created he, them. He created male and female.
Amen.
He created male and female. Y'all see that?
Amen.
The word is so good. We're going to pick it up next week when we left out with the killing. Because it's so much.
Amen.
If you look the word killing up in the Bible, it will give you a lot of scriptures. But each one of the scriptures mean different.
Amen.
But God wants us to know. Jesus didn't come to kill us. Jesus came to give us what? Life. But he also, God wants us to know that when he was dealing with the children of Israel, he was letting them know, don't murder.
Amen.
This ain't the time for you to be trying to kill nobody.
That's right. Amen.
You need to be obeying me.
Amen.
He commandment was given to them for them to come subject to God.
That's right.
For God to bring them back to him what? Self. But the children of Israel always made mistakes. Always disobeyed God. God wants them saved, right?
Yes. Amen.
And God also said, he gonna save his people.
Yes, he is.
The Jews are his what? Children of Israel are his what? People. And he tell us in scripture, I'm gonna find that scripture. Thank you, Lord. Write that down. When God gives me something, I like to write it down and go and find the scripture to back it up. But he is going to save his people.
Amen.
Israel. He said it. He going to save them. He didn't say a might. He said he going to save them. He coming back for his people. Not only them, but he gave us the opportunity. He gave the Gentiles the opportunity to get it right. Well, I'm not a Gentile, I'm a Jew. Everybody want to be a Jew in these days time. They want to be a part of it.
Amen.
They know he coming back to get his people. He coming back to get you too if you get right.
Amen.
Don't you know there's all types of Jews, right? Ikeo, the black Jew, the culture Jews, and so on. But what you need to be worried about is getting yourself right.
Amen.
To
Amen.
be
That's
Jesus.
right.
Not trying to look and find out your inheritor, who you belong to.
Amen. All
Right now you need to just make sure you saved.
Amen.
Amen.
Don't be trying to go, what's that,
Ancestry.com.
don't be trying to go and put your information in that stuff. You don't know what kind of setup that is. You put your information in there, they have all types of information about you. They'll set you up for the kill. They'll connect you back to somebody else, and that person, they're looking for that person. A group of people, terrorists, looking for that person, but they see you, they'll kill you.
Amen. That's right.
You never know what the setup is.
Amen.
Be careful for nothing.
Amen.
They're trying to look up your family history. Worry about your family and Jesus.
Amen.
What did Jesus say? They told Jesus, your mother and your brother, they sought to see you. We talked about this last week. But what did Jesus say? He looked around, he pointed to his disciples. He said, what? My mother and my brothers. Then he went on and broke it on down what brethren mean. He said, my mother, my brother, and my sister. He broke it all the way down. So those that do the will, he said, those that do what? The will of my Father. Yeah, that's my family. Y'all in Christ? How many in Christ on the day?
Amen.
Amen.
You are my family.
Amen.
You see this?
Amen.
But we can also go out and win more for Christ.
Amen.
We can make his family big. Don't worry about your natural inheritance. Worry about your spiritual. Remember I told you, he said, get rid of something that out your suitcase. You can't take all that to heaven.
Amen. That's right.
But you can't take this. I'm going to win soul for Christ. I'm going to get some more souls on board.
Amen.
And y'all, I just want to tell you on today, I love you, Jesus loves you. And those that are watching, I want to tell you, I love you, Heavenly Grace Gospel Word Network. We love you as a whole, and Jesus loves you. In Jesus' name, peace be with you.
Amen.